Hey Catgangers, Deva here with another exciting video. We're getting the two new variant monsters on the 23rd of March, which is a Raging Brachydios and a Furious Rajang. And I want you to be well prepared and having builds that will make the fight much easier for you. This video will contain a heavy bowgun and a Greatsword build, which is pretty much the best counter for both of them. Since they're very fast moving monsters, you either want to control them with KOs, paralysis and sleep, by using the heavy bowgun, or having a strong hit and run builds where the Greatsword comes really useful when you only have small time windows to attack the monster. The heavy bowgun I picked is the Sora Maktaros. This is by far the best heavy bowgun in the game as an overall use. It allows you to constantly pin monsters down and is incredible support to multiplayer, but has a lot of DPS as well. There is two ways to build this gun. Either go with artillery level 5 for max sticky damage, or true razor sharp for having 10% more bullets of every single ammo type in exchange for a little less damage, but I will show later how much that is. Here is a true razor sharp build, which I highly prefer over artillery 5 because 10% more bullets are just more worth it. Since we're lacking on 20% artillery damage, we must run attack boost, agitator and peak performance as a replacement. Health boost level 3 for survivability. Free element 3 ammo up for increased clip size of any ammo type. Artillery level 3 of course for 30% more sticky damage. Slugger 1 is really all you need since it gives you 20% more KO damage, and the other two should be put in the impact mantle since they take too much space but barely making any difference. Guard up to block unblockable attacks, but it's not necessary. 45 comes for free with a buff chest and will be really good for guiding lance since it increases your damage by 20% and defense for 30% if you actually double card, and lasts for 1 hour in guiding lance. But in case you missed the buff chest, don't worry, you can just replace it with a Tigress chest and you basically will only lose a 45. If you're using this against Brachydios, I would highly recommend to use a blast resistance level 3 since the blight can be really annoying and you know Brachydios just spams that slime everywhere. As for modes, 4 times recall and 1 shield because of course you wanna block. Another option is to replace 2 recall and 2 reload for a few frames faster reloading, which I don't find any good at all since you will end up having high recall on sticky and knockback. With 4 times recall you can move while shooting without any knockback on the stickies. As for augments, definitely 2 attack and 1 health regeneration to keep up peak performance. Sticks are an insane healing source. Paralysis and sleep attack is not worth it because you still will be able to only paralyze and sleep the monster for the same amount of times thanks to true razor sharp. So I only put them on the second build where we missed the 10% more bullets. Before we go into the loadout and recrafting stuff you need, I will quickly display and explain the second build. So here we basically have 20% more artillery damage, which is why we don't need any damaging skills other than peak performance. Anyways, the sticky raw damage capacity would have been hit with only 1 attack boost, assuming you use a demon powder, drug and seed, and eat for the full skill feline bombardier. Always eat for feline bombardier when using impact files or stickies. It's a 15% damage increase, which is insanely high and will make the hunts a lot faster. Now you can only use either sleep attack or paralysis attack. The one you're not using, you can waste your catalyst and recrafting that ammo type so they both are balanced. For example, if you go with sleep attack, you of course wanna use the recrafting materials to recraft more para ammo so you can get on a decent weak monster like Rajang, 2 sleeps and 2 paralysis as well. Here's the actual damage difference between those two builds. The true razor sharp hits for 139. Since agitator isn't activated in the training area, we lose 20 rows, so to have a fair comparison, I also remove peak performance from the artillery 5 build. Now both have here 20 less row, but on actual hunt plus 20 rows since you get 20 from agitator and on other build 20 from peak performance. This means the damage difference will be still exactly the same. The artillery 5 build hits for 147, which is just 8 more damage per bullet, but keep in mind that you have 10% less bullets in total, so that does not only cost for restocks, but you will have also to reload faster and more often, but having also less damage at the end of the fight. True Razor Sharp is clearly superior. So now a very important step is to get the right loadout and be able to recraft ammo. For Sticky 3 recrafting you will need Sticky's level 1, Gunpowder 3 and Blast Nuts. Even though this bowgun doesn't shoot level 1 ammo, you still take them with you for recrafting materials. Sleep and Power level 1 and 2 ammo. For recrafting those you will need Catalyst, which also can be recrafted from bitterbugs and honey. So taking parashrooms and sleep herbs is completely useless since you can only have up to 15 catalyst, but you already have 12 level 1 ammo of each of them. So if you recraft para and sleep level 1, you still have no materials to turn them into level 2, so don't take with you sleep herbs or parashrooms, it will be just wasted slots. So your final loadout should look like this. Healing and buff items, Farcaster to restock of course, traps and recrafting and more useful stuff. Also other useful ammo types like Poison, Trank, Wyvern, Cluster, Tranks and other stuff. So let's move to our Greatsword build now. I made two versions of them, a classic True Charge Slash build and a Crit Throw build, which I normally would not recommend. But on these two guys it's actually better if you don't know the monster's moveset, and most likely you will have no opening for a True Charge Slash, therefore a hit and run build is very optimal. However, True Charge Slash gameplay always does more damage than Crit Draw on any scenario and any matchup. It's just a meme that became somewhat viable in Iceborne thanks to the skill Frostcraft. So here is the first True Charge Slash build. It has 100% affinity, and with a skill mass as such you will never drop sharpness when hitting tenderized weak spots. Focus level 3 for super fast charging speed, which will come super handy on small openings. Health boost level 3 for survivability, and of course blast resistance if you're using it against Brachydios, else just take it off. And replace it with some attack, or for example Quick Sheath is also a really handy skill for Greatsword. Augments will be 1 affinity, 1 health and 1 element. As for upgrades, use 2 sharpness, 5 and 3 attack. You're going to reach purple sharpness, which will never go down thanks to the set skills must attach. I mean, please don't say that you don't have a Greatsword because you need a single Safi Jiva siege, because it's 100% guaranteed to drop the weapon you're using on Safi Jiva. So if you do a siege with Greatsword, you're going to get a Greatsword. And it doesn't have to be Blast. Blast is just there for the extra damage. You can use any Greatsword you want of them. The second build is Frostcraft Crit Throw build. This has in addition also Divine Blessing and 3 Quick Sheath for better mobility. You probably know already that you have to sheath your weapon in after every hit so you can take the next hit 100% crit chance bonus from the Crit Throw skill again. Now on upgrades you can either go full attack and have your 40 hits of white, or use the same Greatsword as before, having 20 purple and 120 hits of white. So let's be realistic, having 20 hits of purple is already enough to drain at least 50% of the monster's HP. Now you can either sharpen your weapon or deal with the other 120 hits of white. Another option is to replace one agitator with handicraft and having purple that will last for the whole hunt, but you can be really creative with this build. So this was it. I hope you all enjoyed this short video, and if so, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next from me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the upcoming builds with new weapons and armors, and also future builds, guides and speedruns. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting, guys.